And thanks for attending this evening's council meeting, and a special welcome to all of our guests who are joining us online. I'd like to call the meeting to order. As we gather, we are reminded that the town of Bonnyville is situated on Treaty 6 land that is steeped in rich Indigenous history and is the traditional homeland and home to First Nations and Métis people today. We respect the histories, languages, and cultures of the First Nations, Métis, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our community. Before you, we have an agenda for this evening's meeting. Through to administration, are there any additions or deletions?
Yes, administration would like to add item 12A, an in-camera walk-on for land, Your Worship.
Thank you very much. Could I get a motion to accept the agenda as amended?
I'll make the motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Thank you, Councillor. All in favor? Carried. Before you, you have the minutes, our last council meeting dated March 25th, 2025. You've all had a chance to review it. Are there any errors or omissions? If not, could I get someone move the adoption of the minutes as presented?
I will move adoption of the minutes of the March 25th, 2025 meeting.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried unanimous. Before us, we have a delegation from Lakeland Extreme Broncs and Bulls. Could I ask the delegates to please come to the front, turn on the green light, and introduce yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm Katrina Reed. I am one of the 3 people that are putting off Lakeland Extreme Bulls and Broncs in the city of Cold Lake.
My name is Sean Metchewis. I'm the other member, our 3rd member. I'm sad to say cannot make it. That's Chad Colburn, and please don't hold that against us. He's in Glendon, I think, emceeing a hockey banquet or something, yeah.
We feel bad for you that you don't have to listen to him talk tonight.
So we're here before council today. We're looking for sponsorship for our event coming up, May 9th and 10th of this year. We need to let you know we are a for-profit entity. And I want to say it's kind of for the wrong reason. We were working with a nonprofit group. This has been in the works for, I want to say, 16 to 18 months. And I don't know if I need to name the nonprofit group, but basically we just couldn't come to any terms with them. And we were running out of, we had deadlines we had to meet for approvals for our event. And nothing came to fruition. And the group we were working with actually called us and said, well, we're not interested in being partners on this group. And we were actually going to do all the organizing and the work. We were kind of doing all the work anyway. We were just trying to bring a big event to the community. And the event is going to be held in the Energy Center in Coal Lake. And this event is going to consist, it's along the lines of professional rodeo, just not quite the same. They're what we call single sanctioned events. So on the Friday, we're having it's called sanctioned by Bull Riders Canada, which is just a step below the PBR, which most of you are quite likely are familiar with. That's the professional bull riders. And due to an event in Brooks, Alberta on Friday, we weren't able to secure them. So we've just kind of got the next level of competition on the Friday night. On the Saturday, we're bringing something that I want to say is quite likely not, I'm not going to blow any smoke here, it's not quite a world-class event, but it's going to be very close. And what brings a world-class event in our sport is prize money. We would need a few more dollars for that. It's probably going to be, it's going to be a building process, 2 to 3 years, maybe 4. And more prize money brings more top-end competitors, and then we have to kind of go up and bring more stock contractors in for the event. Now, so on the Saturday, we're having a saddle bronc riding only event, if you're familiar with the disciplines of professional rodeo. I'm happy to report or let you guys know that in Alberta right now, we have, in the race for the championship of the world, we have 8 Alberta residents that are in the top 30. Now, the National Finals Rodeo that's held every year in Las Vegas, Nevada, takes the top 15. In the last 2 years, 5 of the top 15, so 1/3 of the contingent came from Alberta the last 2 years, and we have a 4-time world champion in our province, Zeke Thurston, from Big Valley, Alberta, who we've contacted. We've contacted all of the big names in Canada, and it's the biggest event going on in North America on that weekend. So we're actually kind of hoping some of the Americans will come up and stiffen the competition and really jam this event up. So we're quite excited about this event. We are looking for a presenting sponsor. We've kind of, I think the amount would be closer to 10, not 15, $10,000. And so, you know, it might be a little bit of an eye-opener for you guys, but what I do want to tell you is there is the good news for the town of Bonnyville comes in that our product and services we're trying to get from both communities. We call it the Lakeland Extreme because it's the Lakeland Bonnyville area. So we've actually, we're dealing with one of the local independent-owned businesses, liquor stores in the community to supply our liquor for the 2-day event. We're also got a lot of signage that we're looking at that we're sourcing out to both Bonnyville and Cold Lake businesses. And it's my belief that it's under a mutual understanding, we displaced, I think is the correct word, a long-time lacrosse tournament that was held in Cold Lake on that weekend at the Energy Center, and they're now in Bonnyville. And I want to say there's about 12 teams involved in that. So every time you bring a tournament in with that kind of numbers, it's definitely an economic impact. To what degree, I don't know, but it's, you know, your town has all the resources that one could possibly want. So I think it's kind of good all the way around. It's kind of, I want to say it's win-win for everybody, right? And I mean, we're two towns, not clowns, pardon me. 2 towns that are relatively close together, and we have our rivalries, but you know what, we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all in the Lakeland area, and we have lots to offer, whether it's residential, whether it's business, what have you. And so that's what makes this event unique to our area. And so yeah, we're looking at a pretty good event that's going to be broadcast on the Cowboy Channel on the Saturday night. So there's lots of good in this, and so we're looking for that sort of sponsorship.
We're also, what he's forgetting, we're also bringing a nonprofit from, we're asking Kids for Sports and a bunch of nonprofit. They come in and they get paid to work the event. So nonprofit organizations are going to make money off our event.
Yeah, we're hoping to secure about 5 or 6 nonprofit groups from both towns to help spread the wealth. We're, you know, my personal is I'm not looking to make any money from this. I just simply think we have the potential to have a very big event, and I've always seen that, right? And that's why I spend time on the Bonnyville Ag Society, and I help bring the chuck wagons into Cold Lake, and I'm a former board member of the Ag Society there, and I just always see this potential that we could do so much. And we've actually kind of had a couple conversations with businesses, potential sponsors from Bonnyville, and they say, well, why can't we do this, an event similar to this at the RJ? And we've actually kind of, there's a little talk that maybe we would explore that possibility. Everybody says, you know, this is that time of year, that April, May, it's kind of that indoor rodeo season. And those of you that have been in town for as many years as I have, you'll remember the success of the indoor pro rodeo that was held in the RGA, starting in the early 80s, I want to say it was, and till they moved out here, right? So there is some potential to do something as well in this town, and that's something we would be maybe looking at as well.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to turn it over to council if anybody has any questions or they need more information. Yes, Councillor Johnson.
One quick question, bucking stock, is that coming from the local area too, or is that being brought in from elsewhere?
I just got off the phone with our main stock contractor. It's the Bar C5 Rodeo out of Lac La Biche, Alberta. He's actually just at the end of Highway 55. Vern McDonald is our main stock contractor, and he has the world champion bucking horse Virgil that I think is coming. He's normally a bareback horse, but they have bucked him in the saddle bronc, and they might just bring him to show him to everybody. And then we've got a couple coming from southern Alberta, a couple other stock contractors. Like any good event, you have to bring, the quality comes from outside, so that's, Vern is as close to Bonnyville, Cold Lake as we're gonna see. So
Yeah, because I don't think Franklin's are in it anymore, are they?
no, he's sold out a couple years ago. Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think it'll be, it's a neat event. I hear a lot about it. You hear about it, see it on TV quite a bit. And it's too bad this wasn't back in the heyday of Mel Colbin when he was still riding, but we're a little past that now, but
Yeah.
good on you for bringing that in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, Councillor Kushner.
Thanks, Deputy Mayor. Thank you for the presentation. It was very well done. Just one question. We don't have a lot of time. Here are already like May 9th, it's April 8th.
We know.
And so let's say we decide we want to put some money towards this and it doesn't happen. What happens then?
If the event doesn't happen?
Yeah.
Oh, the event's happening.
The event's happening.
We're
yeah.
already like 80% done.
So you've got the money to put the event together and
The
ready to
event's
go and all
happening.
that kind of stuff?
It's going, yeah.
Okay, so then it's going, guaranteed.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
It's going.
Okay, any other discussion? If not, I'd like to thank you for the presentation. I did have a couple of questions. You've answered them. What circuit the performance would belong to, and you said that was a non-sanctioned one. How many participants are you looking at?
On the Friday, we're kind of shooting for 30 bull riders and then bring 8 to a final. And then we're looking at 30 saddle bronc riders on the Saturday and also 8 back to the finals. So the event, if you're familiar with rodeo, there's 2 main governing bodies of rodeo. There's the Canadian Professional Rodeo Association, which is based in Calgary. Canadian Finals Rodeo is being held at Rogers Place. So money will count towards that, as well as the National Finals Rodeo. The governing body in the United States that governs U.S. and Canadian rodeos is the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, based in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And so monies won will count towards the Canadian standings and the world standings. So it's going to be it's going to be as good an event.
It's a competitive event, correct?
Yeah, yes, it's, yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, and thank you again for the presentation. This will be brought up to our next council meeting in 2 weeks when we are finalizing our budget. So administration will get back to you at that time.
Yeah, and just on my final note, if a certain person would hear, he'd say, behind every great council is a great administration. So that's just...
We know that, thank you.
In his absence, I will just throw that out there.
And then you do have to keep in mind, we didn't bring the third person with us, so that should give us a little bit of grace. Okay?
Thank you for that. Have a good one. Thanks again for coming. Okay, thank you. All righty, moving right along here. Could I get a motion to move into MPC? Councillor Blanchette.
I'll give you that motion, Your Worship.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, I'd like to call the MPC to order. Before you, you have an agenda. Are there any errors or omissions to the agenda?
None from administration.
Okay, thank you. Could I get someone move the adoption of the agenda as presented? Councillor Kushner, all in favor? Before you, you have the MPC meeting minutes dated November 26, 2024. You've all had a chance to look at them. Are there any errors or omissions? If not, could I get someone move them as presented? Councillor Langridge.
Take your
Thank
pick.
you. All in favor? Okay, item number 4, development permit applications. The proposed development permit 25D0004. I will turn that over to administration.
Thank you, sir. The town of Bonnyville has received an application for an addition to an existing structure at the above-mentioned address. This parcel is located within an M1 industrial district where the side yard setback requirements are 3 meters or 20% of the lot width, whichever is greater. The existing structure was approved with a side yard setback of the 4.57 meters when it was built, and this variance is greater than the 10% that the Development Authority can approve. For this reason, we're presenting this for approval. The lot width is 51.6 meters, so 20% equates to 10.32 meters. The proposed addition would align with the existing side yard setback of 4.57 meters. Therefore, the applicant is requesting a 44.3% variance on the side yard setback to extend their building. I'd also like to note that the notices were sent out to adjacent landowners, and we had not received any feedback yet. The desired outcome, the applicant would like the development permit application approved so that they can proceed with their addition. There's 2 response options for you tonight. There's approve the development permit application 25-D004 with the included conditions, or refuse the development permit application 25-D004. The Municipal Planning Commission, it's the recommendation that the Municipal Planning Commission approve development permit application 25-D0004 with the following conditions.
Okay, thank you. You've all had a chance to read those conditions. Are there any questions from council? Yes, Councillor Langridge.
Not so much a question, Deputy Mayor Sharoon. So much, I mean, to me, this one's pretty straightforward. We've already got an existing building on this parcel that's already been approved for this variance, so it's nice to see that we've got some businesses expanding. But unless there's any objections, I would make the motion to approve, so.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Langridge. Any other discussion? I did take a drive by there today, and yeah, it looks good. There shouldn't be any issues at all, so. Okay, with no other further discussion, could we move, all in favor? Carried unanimous. Thank you. Next on the agenda is proposed development 25-D0013.
Thank you. The town of Bonnyville has received an application for the construction of a new fourplex. The existing dwelling on the property will need to be demolished to accommodate for the new construction. The property is situated within an R3 medium-density residential district as per the land use bylaw 1447-16. The proposed development is considered similar to row housing due to the number of units, and row housing is a discretionary use within this district. Consequently, this application is being presented to Municipal Planning Commission for decision. The applicant has submitted a preliminary set of drawings, which will be updated to accurately reflect the construction plans. The initial drawings depict a 2-story building with a basement. However, the applicant intends to modify the design by removing the 2nd floor and constructing the fourplex as a bi-level. Final drawings must be provided and reviewed to ensure compliance with the land use bylaw. The applicant seeks approval for the fourplex development prior to purchasing the lot from the current owner. Adjacent landowner notifications were sent out, and to date, we had not received any feedback yet on this development. response options for MPC this evening would be to approve the development permit application 25-D0013 with the provided conditions, or refuse the development permit application 25-D0013. It's a recommendation that the Municipal Planning Commission approve the development permit application 25-D0013 with the provided conditions.
Thank you, Joe. Are there any questions from council in regards to the development permit? Yes, Councillor.
Just through to Joe. If this had been a duplex or that, we wouldn't have seen this, would we?
Correct. Duplexes are permitted use, and as it's a discretionary,
Because we're at 4,
yeah.
and there's no issues with lot coverage or anything?
No, it's a giant lot that's there, so.
Okay. If nobody else has any questions?
Anybody have any other questions? No? Could I get a
I
motion?
will move approval, subject to the 11 conditions listed in the report.
Thank you, and it is great to see some new construction in this town, so thank you for that. Okay, all in favor of the motion? Carried unanimous. Okay, could I get someone to adjourn the MPC meeting? Councillor Kushner, all in favor? Carried unanimous. And could I get a motion to move back into regular council? Councillor Blanchette, all in favor? Carried. Thank you very much for that. We will now move on to number 8, business. Property tax write-off, sportsman, oh, did I miss something? Yeah, sorry, bylaws. Bylaw number 1592-25, local improvement tax. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So at the regular council meeting on February 25th, bylaw 1592-25 received first reading. This bylaw authorizes council to impose a local improvement tax to the properties adjacent to the back lane south of 47th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. The purpose of this local improvement is to resurface the back lane. This bylaw was created with the provisions that costs would be done on an LIT basis and collected 20% back from the owners, with 50% paid by the town in accordance with policy 04 PW 040. Council may proceed with this project in accordance with the plan, as no petition has been received after the latest 30-day period. Documents attached for council's reference include a copy of the bylaw and the alley paving policy. Administration prepared this policy in accordance with the MGA, which allowed us to provide the owners with notification of the plan which they either agreed or objected to. Secondary notices were also sent out, and no petition against was received as of the 30-day deadline, which was April 3rd. Based on that, council can choose to complete second and third reading of the bylaw or defeat the bylaw. The recommendation is that council provide second and third reading to bylaw number 1592-25.
Thank you, Brad. Any discussion from council? We've discussed this and passed the first reading on the 25th. Councillor Langridge.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Through to administration, on a, on a project typical to this, where do we draw the line between repair and replace?
So, based on, I'll use this one specifically. So, we received a few concerns from residents. We responded, and we deemed that the lane was beyond repair. So, repair as in like cold mix, we can go there with cold mix or millings and kind of just maintain the status quo. But there's a section of it, there's a big section of it it's beyond repair. So, that's kind of how we got to this point.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, Councillor Kushner.
So there's, through to administration, thank you, Deputy Mayor. Through to administration, so there's 2 ways that can go, right? One, we can go forward with that, or the residents themselves can get together and request that as long as it's 50% plus 1. Is that correct? Is that?
Well, so they would petition us. In this case, we had several phone calls from I think they were workers for the facilities there, so we kind of took that as an initiation to start this process. And if the LIT was unsuccessful, then we would have the option to turn it back to gravel surface. That's the alternative part of the policy. So we either resurface it, if it's beyond its reasonable life, if it's beyond repair, we either resurface it or it goes back to gravel. So in this case, we haven't had any objections, so it's, resurface.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because the public can request to do their lanes as well, correct?
Correct.
That's kind of where I was going with that question. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, yeah.
Any other discussion? If not, I'm looking for a motion, please. Councillor Blanchette.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll move that council provide second reading to bylaw number 1592-25.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor? Carried unanimous. And I'm looking for a third and final reading. Councillor Johnson.
I'll provide third reading to bylaw number 1592-25.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor? Carried unanimous. Okay, moving right along to 7B, bylaw number 1597-25, Community Standards Bylaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the March 25 regular council meeting, administration presented draft bylaw 159725, the Community Standards Bylaw, and it was given first reading. The purpose of this bylaw is to allow for greater flexibility in managing issues arising from unsightly, vacant, and derelict properties. You'll find attached the draft bylaw. It should be noted that when administration presented this the last time, bylaw number 1597-25 was said so many times that certain members of council have suggested that they will never forget that number. It is administration's recommendation that council provide second and third reading to bylaw number 1597-25.
Thank you very much. Any discussion on the Community Standards Bylaw? If yes, Councillor.
Just through to administration, did you receive any feedback whatsoever on this from the public?
None.
None? And I know there was a number of errata items that we had asked to be discussed or to be repaired. Did you find all of those? And okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Councillor Langridge.
I guess more of a comment on this one. I mean, it's something that I know that not only our Economic Development Committee has been really pushing for over the past year, but we feel confident that our administration has taken the measures and put the measures in place to really make some difference, as we do hear from residents and users of our beautiful community, that we do have obviously some things that we want to clean up. And from the work that administration has done, we believe this is going to really give them a leg to stand on in that fight. So if no one else has any comments, I would move second reading of the bylaw.
Thank you, Councillor Langridge. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Thank you. Could I get someone to present a third and final reading?
I will give you third and final reading on bylaw number 1597-25.
Thank you, Councillor McAvoy. Any other discussion? All in favor? Carried unanimous. Okay, item number 8, property tax write-off, Sportsman Mobile Home Park. I'll turn that over to administration.
Thank you. Designated manufactured homes located in Sportsman Park receive an assessment and tax notice for the improvement, which is the mobile home. Recently, administration has been notified that 3 mobile homes are no longer in the park, with 2 of the homes being demolished and 1 being moved out. As these properties are no longer located in the park and the town has no forwarding address for the owners of these homes, administration is recommending that the taxes currently owed on the properties be written off. Due to these properties being demolished or removed in 2024, there is no assessed value for the 2025 tax year. Our recommendation is that council direct administration to write off $2,049.04 for the properties located in Sportsman Mobile Home Park that have been demolished or moved.
Thank you, administration. Any questions from council? Councillor Langridge.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Through to administration. And we may have, I know we've gone over this in the past with similar properties in the mobile home park. So is there any way to, because I mean, obviously, if someone is moving a mobile home out of this park, they're going to know that they're moving a mobile home out of this park. And I'm sure that the landowners of the mobile home park are aware of this. And to me, it's the same thing when it comes to demolition. If they see equipment moving in to demolish. So is there any way to put a little bit more onus on the owners of the mobile home park to at least, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but.
Currently, our bylaw states that we still have to send the tax notices to the owners of the mobile homes, and then the Sportsman Park owner gets the tax notice for the land itself. The MGA does allow us options to maybe change that. It would take a process of creating a new bylaw. We have been in constant contact now with the new manager of the park, and we did find one the other day that was about to move out, and they have come in and cleared up their accounts. So, yes, we are working on it, and we're dealing with their administration as well.
All right, thank you.
Any other discussion? Councillor Kushner, then Councillor McAvoy.
Thanks, Mr. Deputy Mayor. So can these bad debts get, if we change the bylaw, go on the land itself?
That would be how the bylaw would be written, would be that it would be the responsibility of the landowner to collect the taxes.
Right.
But right now, our bylaw does not say that. So it would be a whole bylaw change.
Thank you. Councillor McAvoy.
Yes, through to our acting CAO. The 2049-04, that includes requisitions and school tax as well, or is it just land tax?
It includes requisitions and school tax as well.
As well, so, okay, thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? If I can just add, I think it's worth looking into the bylaw for next year. And no difference than if we are taxing an apartment building or a fourplex and somebody moves out in the middle of the night and bails on them, the property owner is still responsible for the taxes. So I know I've talked to administration about this the other day, and we're going to definitely look into that for next year. Councillor Blanchette.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just one final comment. I went and looked back at last year's write-off, and a little bit of kudos here to our administration, because last year we wrote off about $7,000 in this, so clearly there's been some relationship building with the mobile home park in the last year, so kudos to that, but I would echo the rest of council's comments on looking at other options.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? If not, could I get a motion, please? Councillor Kushner.
Thank you. I would make motion that Council direct administration to write off the $2,049.04 for the properties located in the Sportsman Mobile Home Park that have been demolished or moved.
Thank you very much. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Carried unanimous. Okay, moving right along to committee reports. I will start with my left. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Sharoon. March 26th, we had our Bonnyville and District Historical Society AGM and regular meeting. We have a couple of new board members that have joined us, including a board member who is very passionate about genealogy and wants to start up a genealogy group here in town and kind of base it out of the museum. So we're going to work with her on that. We did have somebody that was quite big into genealogy there years back, so we have a bunch of records already there. So exciting, something new that'll be coming there. March 27th, we had our Bonnyville and District FCSS meeting, and then last night I attended the Sports Tourism Open House at the C2, and was there for a little bit, and that's about all for me.
Thank you. Councillor Langridge.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Not a whole bunch for me. We had a C2 meeting on the 31st of March. And then the Tuesday, on the 1st of April, a library meeting. I had an Alberta Winter Games meeting on the 2nd, and then a police meeting last night. And that is all for me.
Thank you. I will move along to Councillor Blanchette.
Thank you, Your Worship. March 27th, I had a Bonnyville District FCSS board meeting. March 28th, I met with Mayor Tyler Gandam and the new CEO of Alberta Municipalities, Dana Mackey, along with the Executive Director for the FCSS Association about a joint advocacy strategy. March 31st to April 2nd, I was in Edmonton and attended the Alberta Seniors and Community Housing Association's annual convention. I attended that as the FCSS AA president and had the pleasure of tagging along with the Lakeland Lodge and Housing Foundation board members to my left and right here. Did lots of networking there and had a brief meeting with Minister Nixon. During that convention, April 1st, I zoomed into the library board meeting. Thank you, Councillor Langridge, for chairing that one in my absence. And April 7th, last night, the open house for the sports tourism strategy. And that's all for me.
Thank you. Councillor McAvoy.
On March 28th, I attended the webinar put on by the Assessment Review Board. It's an annual webinar to bring everybody up to speed on all the new changes. Then I also attended, as Councillor Blanchette mentioned, the Lodge and Housing Conference in Edmonton. It was my first one as I'm new on that committee, and I found it very educational and quite enjoyable. It was a lot of good sessions and discussion. On the 7th, I did pop into the sports tourism event at the C2. And today, with Madam Mayor, we met with Dr. Salima, who is a pediatrician that is considering setting up her practice here in Bonnyville to give her, it was done virtually because she's in Ontario right now, but it looks positive we may have a second pediatrician here shortly.
Perfect. Thank you. Councillor Kushner.
Thanks, Mr. Deputy Chair. March 26th, had our regularly scheduled LICA meeting. March 27th and April 3rd, I'm doing the Elected Officials Education Program for Public Engagement. April 2nd, Alberta Muni's Zoom call, met the new CEO. April 7th, Community Policing, and I was well on April 7th, Sport Tourism Open House at the C2. That's all I've got.
Thank you. And I'll just chime in. So from March 30th to April 2nd, I also attended the Alberta Seniors and Community Housing Association. Besides everything else, this is their 60th anniversary that they've been around, so congratulations to them. Along with Irene Martin-Lindsay, who is our executive director, who also celebrated 30 years with the association. Fantastic job, and there was a chart on there of all from when they started 60 years ago to all the progress that they've made to date, and it's pretty amazing where they've gone. Yesterday, I also chimed into an audio conversation in regards to shortlisting for our CAO position, which we'll be bringing more information later. And last night, I also swung by the C2 Sports for the Sports Tourism Strategy Open House. And that's all for me. Okay, now we have some correspondence in front of us. I'm just going to go over a couple of things. There's an invitation for Stepping Stones Crisis Society grand opening and a gala in the evening. If any of you would like to attend that gala, please let administration know. That same evening, we have the Clayton Bellamy Foundation Gala along with the Fall Fair. So it's quite a busy day there. So next, 10B is the letter from Municipal Affairs on Budget 2025 property tax for the education property tax. You'll note in your package that the town of Bonnyville, it'll be 4% just for the education portion. All the other communities are listed there, and it is public information if anybody wants to have a look at it. 10C, again, the letter from Municipal Affairs, changes to the Local Authorities Election Act. 10D, a letter from Alberta Tourism and Sport, 2028 Summer and Winter Games. the Thermal Cup in Coal Lake on April 12th, and the community organization funding. Any questions from around the table? If not, could I get someone move us in camera?